Okay, girl, grab your latte, get cozy, and let me spill the tea. Because this Sephora Kids trend, it's wild. Think of us FaceTiming, whispering about influencer drama, skin routines gone sideways, and the question, is this the worst overconsumption trend yet? Sephora Kids. What even is that? So, this isn't just some cute nickname. The internet, beauty blogs, and even mainstream media are calling tweens and younger kids, flooding Sephora the Sephora Kids phenomenon. These are kids, sometimes as young as 10 or under, who walk into beauty stores with shopping lists inspired by TikTok hauls, unboxings, and Sephora haul videos. They're not just trickling in, they're swarming in, testing products, buying viral serums, burning through testers, and sometimes leaving a mess behind. Some Sephora employees have shared stories of kids mixing acids on their hands or applying too many products, leading to skin irritation or worse. Why 10-year-olds are taking over Sephora. Here's the messy, juicy breakdown of what's fueling this trend. TikTok and Instagram pretty much made Sephora a playground. Kids see get ready with me routines, skincare challenges, and influencers touting a $90 serum. And they want in. Hashtags like #NamSephoraKids have racked up hundreds of millions of views. The content is slick, aspirational, and, importantly, accessible. Beauty brands know that if they make a product pink, fun, or bubblegum scented, even tweens will want it. These viral fun products become must-haves, even if the child doesn't need them. Plus, the stores don't usually have age limits on who can shop or test. If your friend posted a Sephora haul with a rare serum, of course you want it too. The content culture is all about showing off, and for some Gen Alpha kids, having the latest product mars social capital. Parents report that their kids instinctively ask for items they see online, even if they don't understand them. There's little regulation stopping minors from buying adult skincare, like retinol, acids, etc. The decision often falls to parents, who are sometimes pressured or unsure. Meanwhile, the beauty industry is quick to court Gen Alpha because their projected spending power is massive. In fact, brands are now increasingly factoring kids into their growth strategies. The big red flags, because yes, there are many, this isn't just cute makeup trends. There are serious issues bubbling underneath the gloss and glitter. Skincare risks on delicate skin kids' skin is more sensitive and thinner. Using actives designed for adult skin, retinoids, acids, strong exfoliants can damage the skin barrier, cause irritation, allergic reactions, or scarring. There are anecdotes from Sephora workers of young girls coming in with red burning skin after misusing products. Psychological effects and body image. When a 10-year-old learns that she needs this serum to fix her skin, we're edging dangerously close to making them believe they're flawed without these products. This intensifies appearance anxiety, comparison culture, and body dysmorphic traits, especially because many of these kids are in identity-forming years. Overconsumption, waste and sustainability hauls, one-time use testers, and impulse buys lead to tons of waste. Open bottles, expired products, or half-used items often just become landfill fodder. Also, this encourages a dangerous consumer mindset. More "Schwert better, new, what better." And for families, this can mean bills piling up, store chaos and staff burdens Sephora employees have complained about, ruined testers, messes, kids bullying other customers for products, and being pushed or ignored. In some stores, samples are being locked up to mitigate damage. Some kids even shoplift or use tricks, borrowing empty boxes, because they want items they can't afford. But is it the worst overconsumption trend? Girl, that's subjective. But I'm gonna make a case. Yes, it's one of the more alarming ones, because it mixes identity, health, influence, and money all at once. Compared to other consumption crazes, fast fashion, gadget upgrades, beauty boxes, etc. What makes Sephora Kids especially dangerous is that it directly taps into body image and appearance identity at a vulnerable age, not just desire for stuff. The harm is not only financial, but potentially physiological. Skin damage, and psychological, anxiety, perfectionism. Because social media is accelerating it, the trend spreads fast and globally. It's in many cases not needed. A kid doesn't need anti-aging creams. That's adult-level skincare. So yes, I'd argue this trend is uniquely harmful compared to many others. Some bloggers claim kids are pressuring parents to spend hundreds monthly on skincare. There's chatter that some stores have internal guidelines to monitor kids under 12 in aisles, though not officially public. Influencer marketing edges are blurring. Some kid influencers get PR boxes, which normalize expensive products to young followers. There are alleged cases of burns, allergic reactions, and needing store intervention, especially with acid overuse. Some parents are trying to restrict access. Summer camps banning upscale cosmetics in cabins, for example. First off, let's be honest. This trend is teaching kids that beauty comes from a bottle, not from within. When a 9-year-old feels like she needs a $70 moisturizer or a serum with retinol, it sends a message that her natural skin isn't good enough. That's a confidence wound that can follow her for years. Instead of focusing on having fun, playing outside, or building self-esteem, these kids are getting wrapped up in a perfectionist cycle that's honestly way too heavy for their age. The biggest issue is that they're learning to fix something that isn't even broken. Secondly, it's creating a generation of overconsumers before they even understand money. Kids are watching influencers unbox hundreds of dollars worth of products, and it's setting unrealistic expectations. They start thinking that's normal. They're growing up equating happiness and popularity with purchases, not with self-love or creativity. This mindset can lead to emotional spending later in life, poor financial habits, and even anxiety when they can't keep up with what they see online. It's not just skincare, it's consumer conditioning. Then there's the emotional and mental side that nobody talks about enough. Social media already puts so much pressure on women to look flawless, and now it's trickling down to children. When they constantly compare their reflection to filtered influencers or classmates with viral products, it can lead to early insecurity. Allegedly, psychologists are already noticing spikes in appearance-based anxiety among younger girls. Imagine being 10 years old and worrying about fine lines instead of your next art project. It's heartbreaking. And girl, let's talk about the physical side too. Kids' skin is not ready for strong acids, retinols, or exfoliating treatments. Dermatologists online have allegedly reported seeing more cases of barrier damage in younger patients. That's when your skin gets raw, red, and sensitive because it's been stripped of natural oils. These formulas are made for adults with mature skin, not for babies barely out of elementary school. The irony is that the very products meant to make them look better can end up doing real harm. Lastly, this is why it's so important to remind young girls, and even ourselves sometimes, that real beauty doesn't need filters, trends, or expensive serums. It starts with confidence, kindness, and self-care from the inside out. We should be encouraging natural beauty, teaching kids to love their freckles, their bare faces, and their uniqueness. Because trends fade. But self-love? That's forever. The best glow will always come from healthy habits, laughter, and being authentically you. Another big issue is how this trend is subtly stealing childhood joy. Think about it. Kids used to bond over collecting lip glosses, doing fun face masks at sleepovers, or painting their nails together. Now it's turned into mini skincare battles and comparison games. It's like we've skipped the innocent play phase and jumped straight into a competition about who has the most expensive products. It's giving anxiety, not fun. Allegedly, even some psychologists online have mentioned that when children lose that playfulness too early, it can impact how they socialize and view themselves later in life. Then there's the environmental side that no one talks about enough. Every single viral haul means packaging, shipping, and waste. These kids are being introduced to the buy, use, toss cycle at a super young age, and that's a recipe for overconsumption that can last into adulthood. Some eco-bloggers have even claimed that Gen Alpha might become the most waste-heavy generation if this trend continues. Not because they don't care, but because they're being taught to consume as an emotional response, not as a mindful choice. And let's be real, the beauty industry thrives on that constant turnover. And lastly, we can't ignore how this also affects parents and guardians. Many of them are feeling pressured to keep up with these luxury demands, buying $50 creams or makeup sets just so their child doesn't feel left out. It becomes a cycle of guilt and stress, and it's just not sustainable. This is why it's so important to bring the conversation back to basics, teaching confidence, balance, and appreciation for natural beauty. Because the truth is, confidence doesn't come from Sephora. It comes from self-acceptance, self-love, and the way you care for yourself without needing validation from anyone else. So, babes, at the end of the day, trends will come and go, but your confidence, your kindness, and your natural glow will always be timeless. It's okay to enjoy beauty and have fun with products, but never let social media make you feel like you need something to be beautiful. That's the trap of overconsumption. It sells the illusion that you're not enough, as you are. And that's exactly what we have to unlearn, not just for us, but for the next generation watching us. They need to see women embracing real skin, real joy, and real confidence. And speaking of confidence, beauty doesn't have to break your wallet, girl. You can still look cute and polished without chasing the next viral product. That's why I always remind y'all, if you want a little glam moment that's affordable and easy, check out my press-on nail collection. You can switch up your look whenever you want without the guilt or the overspending. It's all about balance, keeping it fun, creative, and budget-friendly, while remembering that less can absolutely be more. To wrap it all up, everything we've talked about today is alleged and based on conversations online, but the bigger message is real. Protect your peace, protect your mindset, and love yourself through every season. You never know what people are going through behind closed doors, so always move with kindness and gratitude. Appreciate your journey, stay true to your lane, and don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's highlight reel. Because girl, your glow, it's already there. You just have to see it.